Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rimworld. I'm John, and we're back here at Me School for Ninjas, which is still picking up the pieces after the recent and terrible tragedy of Omega's death. And as you can see, we haven't even really gotten around to getting all the bodies cleared out here yet, but life moves on here in the complex. You don't have time to mourn too much, because there's work to be done here at Me School for Ninjas. There's a lot of work to be done. Jari's down here mining out his new... Oh, of course. Good for you, Jari. He's mining out his food storage area, which I'm sure he's been wanting that for a while, because this is about to be closed off. It's going to make it very hard for him to cook without that. So, Strapping, you should probably actually be on that a little bit. Because right now, we are out of meals. Because you have not fixed this wall. God damn it, Strapping. Sometimes I'm amused by your disregard for other people's happiness in this complex, but sometimes, Strapping, sometimes it's a bad thing. And this is one of those times. And look at this. Jari and Macy are making short work of this room now. They are both experienced hardened miners at this point. They're just sitting here having a good chat. Macy's happy, of course, because she finally has clothes, but also not happy because she recently witnessed the death of a close friend who was stabbed right before her. Her neck was cut open and she died in Macy's arms. You kind of don't just forget that kind of thing. So she's got some stuff to work through, poor Macy, but she'll get there. Meanwhile, though, Jari's going to be a good person to talk to, because Jari's had a bit of a life before he came here, because as you know, he is the greatest chef in all of Rimworld. And he was also a great chef back on his home planet, Jari, but he fell in with a bad group, and, things turned dark. He tried to get out of cooking, but he couldn't, and, finally, when he was preparing a great feast for the mob boss of the the local city, he poisoned the food and he ditched town, and that's how he escaped, because the mob boss had just recently killed his best friend. But that's why Jari is so quiet most of the time. He has a dark past, poor Jari. But he's moved on from that now. He escaped that planet. He got his vengeance on the mob boss. And he's left that behind him now. Now he's focusing on just being the best chef on this Rim planet here, because, honestly, as long as he can have just that, he'll be happy with the rest of his life. Because he kind of has to lay low. There's a lot of people out there that want Jari dead, and in fact, it's possible that some of the pirate raids that end up coming to this place are going to be as a result of Jari being here, but I guess we'll see if Me ever finds out that that's why they're being attacked all the time. I guess it remains to be seen, but for now, it's Jari's dark secret. He shared it with Macy, though. Now Macy knows his past, because she was talking about watching Omega die, and Jari shared his story. And of course, Dunsmore and Strapping, first people up in the morning, they say good morning to each other. Strapping's all happy. He's always happy to see Dunsmore. And Dunsmore is now actually kind of coming around on Strapping, too. He's like, this guy might actually be okay. Because he's out here, he's hard at work all the time. Look at all of the work that Strapping alone has done in this complex. I mean, all the stuff that he has built. I think Dunsmore understands that Strapping, even though he's a bit standoffish, he's not a bad person overall. He's just kind of a terrible human being. And that's okay sometimes. Oh, good. Me's getting some hauling done. We really need that. We are in desperate need of some hauling. And in fact, Me, I would actually prefer... Actually, nah. You're fine, because we need all these things. We need metal, but we also need wood. I would like her to haul all of this back eventually, but it's going to take her a while, because this has now become the obstacle course I wanted it to be. And as it turns out, it mostly just gets used as cover by the invaders for now. But not for long, because pretty soon this will be done. and then they'll be forced to run through this little place here and right out into the turrets. And that'll be good. That's really the kind of thing we want. And actually, as long as I'm thinking about it, do I want to? Nah, because here they're in, yeah, and then when they try to run at them, they get, yeah, okay, I'll leave this. I'll leave this as it is. But do I want to separate it from the rest of the complex is actually what I'm thinking. Like, force them to run by all the turrets to get in. I think I do want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and set that up. Because although Strapping has a lot of work to do, you know, he'll eventually get to this stuff. And that's really what's important. I can just, you know, set it up and, you know, ignore it for a while, and I'll look as appropriate. These, oh. I didn't really mean to make this an enclosed area, but I actually think it's okay. Because as long as the solar generators have light, this just protects this area from siege fire a bit more now, I guess. Not really, though. Maybe I should just remove that roof. Let's see. Zones. Let's create a no-roof region. Well, actually, no. I'll do this as I need it for solar generators, and otherwise I'll leave it alone. That'll be okay. These trees will all die, but I'm not too worried about that, actually. And maybe I could do something with all of this sometime. Like come out here. I don't know. We'll see. It remains to be seen what happens up here. This will probably just mostly be my solar farm. Oh. Macy is almost done back here, which is excellent because then Jari can stop running all the way around, poor fella, to get to the fucking food, and everyone else can stop walking all the way around to get from the food to the kitchen, because the food will just all be in here. It's going to be much better. And I think I'll probably want to have me prioritize bringing that stuff too. Oh, jeez. She has a lot on her plate, actually. I should just leave her alone for the most part. But this is good, because this is done now, so I can set this up, at least lay out the groundwork. But we don't actually need these things. But wood floor, okay. But we don't actually need these things to zone this area as a stockpile. And I'm gonna set, I'm gonna set this stockpile to only take food. So, no fabric, no raw materials, no items. What's this? Aw, no. Who's not doing their job here? Who the fuck is letting my crops die? God damn it. Body parts? No. Not body parts. Let's not allow rotten in this pile, either. Is that enough? Just foods? All foods. Yes. Meals and raw. Okay. And this is the preferred stockpile for those things. So that means that all the food will now be moved from this stockpile to this one. I don't have to really mess with this one right now. And actually, can I do it even better and make this... jeez. Let's make this important. Because I think that will make... I think that'll make me prioritize bringing the food into the stockpile first. Is what that will do. And oh look, with no mining to do, Macy's going to help construct for a while. I think I'm going to let that happen. I could get her started on some of this other stuff here, but for now, until Jari's done cooking, I'm going to have her build, because that just seems like a good idea. Because even though Strapping is amazing, he is pretty far behind on a lot of this complex, because, let's be honest, it's a lot of work I set out for the poor guy. And as strapping as he is, he can't do everything by himself. So, Macy, hop to it. Get a move on. Jari, are you idle? No. you're putting food into the food stockpile. That's actually a good thing. And ah, geez, let's order this stuff to be hauled right away, I guess. Even though Nee probably won't get to it. She's now moving the wood back to the pile, and that's good. And she's getting the potatoes now. Well, that is what I wanted, actually, so I can't complain. And strapping, that's really not the portion of wall I'd like you to work on, buddy. Can you work on that one? Yeah. Because this really needs to go in for this to be at all effective. Like, at this point, this is decent enough for the turrets I have. But without this wall, they just run by it, and now I have defended them from my turrets. So, strapping, you're defeating the whole system here. And oh, look, Frankie, you brought a friend. Who's this guy? I told you can't just invite people over, Frankie, but I guess it's okay. What's his? Who is it? Is this Roger? Your name is Roger the Boar, I guess. I don't know how I feel about this guy, Frankie. He seems a little suspect. He's kind of like sniffing around the silver stockpiles. What the fuck, Roger? Can you please not do that? He's not gonna listen to me. Frankie, your friend is not cool. Frankie doesn't care though. Frankie's a pretty chill boar, but that's his major problem. Is like, you know, he brings all these other people in. He's like, he thinks they'll be chill, but they're never chill. But he always thinks they were, because, you know, Frankie doesn't see people that way. He's a bit naive in that way, unfortunately. But you can't blame the guy. He hasn't had, you know, he's mostly had a peaceful life. His world was rocked when he watched all of this tier get massacred by strapping over here. But that was the first time he'd encountered that kind of violence. And ah, look, my nightly shutdown of power is happening currently, because my solar generators are just not nearly enough to actually support this complex. Well, I'm going to let Macy do a bit of building, but then I'm going to set her back on mining this, because I do need to get these geothermal generators hooked into my complex. That is actually very important. Oh, geez, I don't have nearly enough metal, I think. Yeah, because where is all my metal right now? None. I don't have metal right now. Oh, no. I have... Well, it looks like it's about time to go mining again, actually. I'm sorry, Macy. But without this, strapping can't do his job. So let's see. There's a bit up here. Looks like there's a bit over here as well, but that's a bit far away. I'm not going to go there just yet. I guess after that, I'll set her to mine this, and I'll hope that her and Jari strike metal somewhere in this mountain here. Because that would be the ideal. That would be the easiest thing for me to mine. But let's see. Let's see how deep this deposit goes. This could be a good thing still. It might be enough. Macy? What the... You mined one rock, and now you're going to go eat a meal. Well, that's not very time efficient of you, but whatever. What am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. Aw, oh, come on, strapping. This is just shameful, dude. Can you even do this? Yeah, you can. You fucking lazy son of a bitch. Wait, where are you getting metal from? All the way over here. Wow. Well, at least it's something, honestly. Like, if you need metal, you know, and we don't have any, I'd rather that strapping took some extra time and ran all the way out here to complete this section of wall. So I'm going to let this happen. This is necessary. Carry on, strapping. Meanwhile, though, I really do need to go on the hunt for new sources of metal. Holy shit. How do I do this? Look, there's a big deposit right on the other side of this mountain, but I don't want to dig through to it because that'll kind of compromise the whole thing. Unless I just built a wall here after I mined it out, but I'll see. I'll see about that. Macy, would you please get back to mining that metal? Thank you. And Jari? No, you're still cooking. Well, that's okay. It's taken a bit of time for me to get all of these potatoes into the stockpile, and Jari is using them, in fact, faster than she can actually haul them. Oh, look at this efficiency, though. Bring some potatoes in, haul out a rock. Bring in some potatoes and haul out a rock. That is industry epitomized right there. But I mean, she is in a pretty good mood right now because, you know, things have been going well at Me School for Ninjas. Aside from the death of Omega, things have been going fairly well. And to be honest, Me didn't actually really know Omega that well, so she didn't. While she was very sad that she had lost a student, at the same time, it was like, you know, she'd known Omega for like 3 days. And even though it was sad, she's not going to dwell on it too much. She's seen a lot of death in her time as a ninja assassin, as you would expect. This isn't anything new to her. And I think it's probably true of many of the others that a lot of them have already kind of moved on. It's mostly Macy who has secluded herself up here to go mine some metal because she just wants to be alone right now because she's really not handling the whole thing very well. It's the first time she's really had to deal with death in her life, and I think it's gonna stick with her for a while, honestly, but she will get over it eventually. And Jari and Dunsmore are in here. They're having a talk about, like, you know, how they're gonna take care of Macy because both of them are concerned that Macy's been kind of in a bit of a rut ever since Omega died. And Dunsmore noticed, and Jari was saying something bad, and he was surprised that Jari noticed, but he was like, yeah, you should probably talk to her. So once Jari's done cooking, he'll probably head over there and have a chat with Macy. And that's good, you know? Because even though Dunsmore is a great guy, he can't be the only presence in Macy's life. Like, Macy needs a friend as well as a father figure. And Dunsmore is more that guy that kind of has to come in and say what needs to be said. And then Jari's there to, you know, listen to her bitch about whatever Dunsmore just said. And bless poor Jari. He is still trying so hard to, you know, make good with Strapping because he doesn't want to fight with anyone. But Strapping is just never going to have any of it. He does not like Jari. He's telling Dunsmore, he's like, that fucking guy tried to talk to me again. And Dunsmore's like, damn it, Strapping. If you just gave him a chance, you'd probably find out that you have a lot in common with good old Jari. And Jari's talking to me about Strapping now, but me doesn't want to hear it because she's tired of hearing about people complain about Strapping. Like, she gets it. Strapping's a dick. But she understands how important he is to this complex, and she's telling Jari that right now. She's like, look, just avoid him, lay low. I know you share a bedroom, but it's not forever. And you'll never have to see him again. But we need this guy. Because, I mean, let's be honest, look at this. This right here is gold. Well, this seems like a good place to stop off for this session. I've been John, this has been Rimworld and Me School for Ninjas. A pretty uneventful session, but again, that's usually a good thing in Rimworld, because as you saw, an eventful session often means some poor soul bites it. Well, until next time, thanks everyone for watching.